That must be a decent variant of it there to get $1,000. Atari starting strong, boys. Welcome to Heritage Live Weekly, everyone. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We watch the auctions, talk the market. Hopefully I can see you next week and you can pop in. Ice Hockey on NES, box was 7.5 and looked really good. Super nice blue box, 200 US, thought it was a fair price. Yeah, I mean, complete in-box graded games are just going to be very expensive due to the minimum cost of grading. So, like, Ice Hockey, 7.5, $200, you won't get it any cheaper graded. So if it's one that means something to you and you like it, by all means, I think it's fine. You got a Fexana do NES 8.0 CIB for $150, was pretty happy about it? Yeah, okay. That's what I figure, Seth. It's just kind of what you have to pay for a graded copy, even if they aren't like spectacular graded copies. I don't think paying between $100 to $200 for one is bad either. They display super nice. Yeah, as you can see, we are just about to enter into NES. And what I am most interested in here for NES games, this Caveman games, I actually wrote down notes for. This exact copy, this 9.8 A+ here, Caveman games, it sold for $1,080 March 30th. So whoever bought it is now reconsigning it through Heritage and hoping to sell for more than $1,000. Entering into NES though, we do have Airwolf 7.0B. Not a great title, not a great grade, but I mean, hey, it looks like it's going to sell cheap as hell if you do just want to pick up some cheap sealed NES. You have a 9.4 CIB Final Fantasy VIII and a 9.0 CIB Final Fantasy I. Which one is worth more, and which one would you pick if you had to choose? I would absolutely choose the 9.0 Final Fantasy I. That's just cardboard versus discs there. Like, getting a 9.4 Final Fantasy VIII just isn't that difficult, in general. Especially compared to a 9.0 Final Fantasy I. Like, actually getting FF1 in 9.0 is difficult as, like, especially if you have all of the additional inserts as well in high grade. The Final Fantasy 1, and it's not even close. I know I love Final Fantasy 8, but at some point, I just gotta call it for how it is. Sitting at 8 weeks since post-grading status on my WATA order for Banjo-Tooie sealed, getting more nervous by the day that they lost my game. Damn. Yeah, I don't think they lost it. I think there's a lot of people sitting in the same position as you are right now, Austin, so just hold tight and, you know, it's gonna come back to you eventually here. Archon 8.0B plus 192, Airwolf 144, and Bandai Golf $84. So, yeah, some cheap-ass NES tonight if you're not super picky. Here's our first, well, the Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout 9.0 A plus 552. And this one is a 9.4 A++, so we are actually seeing some bid action as California Games is kind of a popular game. It doesn't mean anything to me, but some people do care about California Games, and it reflects. So here's the Caveman games. Or at least over $1,000 just to break even on it. I mean, you need like what? 1,000 and 1,200? Give or take 1,300 just to break even on it. Weird game to try and buy and then send back to Heritage. I'm sure most of you watching this have never even like heard of or seen Caveman games, but it looks like our seller just did it, everybody. Look at that. That's how you make profits. That's video game flipping 101 right there. 1,800 total, so I mean, after you take away BP, 1,500, depending on if they pay fees on it or not. You might lower another $100 off there, 1,400. On the past sale, they might have paid shipping to take it up to like 1,150-ish. So like, we're talking 200, 350 bucks there on reselling Caveman games from back in March 30th. I mean, hey, a win's a win, right? Donkey Kong Classic, Circle Seal 9.4A, 1,920 bucks, and this is a second print here of Dragon Warrior, which you can see they are telling you over here, and I'll show you on the back of the box here in just a second. And this is Gauntlet 9.6 A++ of the Tengen release, which I think we did see this sell pretty strong beforehand too. And here's the Dragon Warrior variant, if you guys don't know. On the back of the box here, right in this screenshot, thy hits points decreased by 2. On the first print, it says thy hits decreased by 1. So they did revise it to just read more proper. Hits became hits points, and decreased by 1 changed to decreased by 2. And Genghis Kong is up for auction right now, so I'm just going to check on the Tengen Tetris. 9.6 A++ back on April, September 21st, 9.2 A++, 2040, 2640. Is this the same copy as well of this? This would be insane if this is also the same copy. Let's just check the code on it quick. 578-734-013. Remember that, chat. 578-734, same copy. So whoever bought stuff back in April or May, I can't believe this is another of the same exact game up for auction. Damn. So 2,040 back in April, 2,640 now. Again, maybe you made 200 bucks after all said and done on it. Maybe 200, 300 at absolute most. Like I said, I guess a win's a win. Take them as they come. Hey Greg, what's your favorite Pokemon? Ryan, either Tauros or Onix. Just a nice couple of strong Gen 1 types that are both pretty shitty. Those are the type of Pokemon we need in our lives. An 8.0, no rev, but is not a hang tab version here on the 8.0. Water damage and tear on box though, which is surprising for an 8.0, honestly. I'm a bit surprised you can still 8.0 even with a water damage qualifier.
Fair warning.
Interesting. Interesting. Just got my sealed copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, autographed by Dan Green, Yugi. I'm surprised more people don't get their games autographed before grading. I think it makes it stand out. It's really not a thing that exists, Youngverse 918. Like, getting games signed really is a niche thing still. Very, very niche. Greg, is Mario Party 1 more rare than 2, and how much more do I think? Yes, incredibly more rare than Mario Party 2. I would say it's like a 10-to-1 ratio. Mario Party 1 to Mario Party 2. Kabutops overall. I also absolutely love Kabutops, Aerodactyl, and Omastar. Love the fossil Pokemon. Star Tropic 7.5 C+, which is like, that's like basically a CIB copy there. 168 bucks. Robo Warrior 300 bucks. Super Team Games 8.0 B 144, Othello 132. Just a lot of cheap NES tonight. 8.5A Thundercade 168. Like, if you're someone doing a full set, just a bunch of cheap stuff tonight. Illusion of Gaia. Going into Super Nintendo here, we do actually have a few good games.
Fair warning.
Starting with Illusion of Gaia 9.0 A++. I do want to look at comps after this does sell. 9.2A for 1,500, 9.6A plus. I don't know what this is. Variant NFR made in Japan. 9.2A for 1,500, 9.0A++, 840. Not a strong sale exactly there on Illusion of Gaia. But this is the big one here. Street Fighter 2, 9.4A++. This is a higher grade than what sold at the Signature back in April, and I can't even finish talking about it because bidding has already finished, but back in April, a 9.4 A+ version of this game sold for $17,400. We just saw now a higher grade version of this game sell for $7,800. Absolutely crushed on Street Fighter 2 if you spent $17,000 on it back in April. I was at least thinking maybe $10,000. Like, I didn't think we were gonna hit the past sale on it, but like, shit. This was a 5.5 Mario World Complete in Box, 900 bucks, which, not terrible. Like, not a bad sale there for a 5.5 for 900. Like, I would be happy as both the buyer and the seller. That just seems fair. Dan, you can't lose on those sealed prices. It costs 100 just to grade. Yeah, exactly, Bouchard, right? On those sealed prices, you're paying 100 bucks just to grade. Donkey Kong Land 3 has finally come back down to earth at 660 bucks. For whatever reason, this game went through a huge hype period, which it was nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You'd be interested in a lot of the NES stuff if only they weren't imprisoned? Oh, you know, they're only imprisoned so long as you don't have a hammer to it. So you can break them out of there. Make no mistake. Dr. Mario at 1,440 and Looney Tunes at 384. This is Pokemon Spanish version, which sometimes I think there are people in the comment sections or somewhere, Instagram, eBay, Discord, people ask about the different versions of Pokemon and I never know what the hell to tell them. So now it looks like I can tell them that they are like a lot less valuable than the North American versions. Ghosts and Goblins, wow. As far as Game Boy Color games go, this is like one of the most expensive Game Boy Color games now with a $2,800 sale. Holy shit. Like, Ghosts and Goblins is hard to get on Game Boy Color as well as Game Boy Advance.
Fair warning.
But I just didn't really expect it to crush like this. I'm not gonna like Jonathan Poor, you say, market is getting softer, call it what it is. It's certain segments of the market. It's not a blanket drop at this time yet. Because we are still seeing high-grade examples of really popular series do well. And even compared to April, we did see those two resellers have some success with them. So here's the 9.6 A plus gold. I have that April 2nd, a 9.6 A plus plus. So better grade than this, right? A bit better of a grade. Sold for, and get this, $13,200. So that's kind of where gold is sitting for a high grade one. So I think that whoever bought that one for $13,200 is also going to get crushed compared to what this one sells for. The Pokemon Gold, $6,300, about half of what a 9.6 A++ sold for. And let's take a peek at this at 1,920. We had 9.4 A+ sell for $2,000. 9.4 A+, 2,400. Oh, never mind. I was being soft on this game. I was being soft on it. This is selling, like, this is still a strong sale for the 9.2 A+, but not, like, ridiculous or anything. $1,200 for Diddy Kong Racing 9.0 A+. I'm most interested in N64 today, seeing where the 8.0 A GoldenEye falls. We've been seeing GoldenEye just sell for stupid amounts now. It's basically become an N64 grail piece, so where does a lower one fall now? Gauntlet Legends is the more boring one. If you guys don't know, this is probably the most common factory sealed N64 game. Probably. It's going to be in the top 5. There are cases and cases and cases of Gauntlet Legends. 9.4 A+, 9.2 A++, $1,300 in September. This is a 9.0 A+, Diddy Kong Racing, showing some strength. Good sale for Diddy Kong there. $1,200 for the 9.0 A+ versus $1,300 for 9.2 A++. Either this one sold soft or this one sold strong. Take it how you want it. And there you go. We see GoldenEye pop up already to almost 5,000. Are people gonna bid war for this? GoldenEye for $5,000 for the 8.0 A. And here's the Majora's Mask 8.5 A. Never forget, this is the first appearance of Tingle. If someone asks you about Majora's Mask, don't say anything else. Just say, oh, the first appearance of Tingle. And then that way people will know that you're a true collector, an actual diehard. You know what I mean? You don't want people thinking that you don't know your shit about Majora's Mask. Let's take a peek here at DK64. 9.0 A for $2,400. This is an 8.0 A+. Yes, 8.0 A+. 9.2 A+ back in January. We actually don't see DK64 at all, hey? Kinda weird. Like, it's never come off to me as a pretty rare game, but, like, we're not seeing it often. 9.2 A+ for $1,800. This was $1,440 for an 8.0 A+. $1,100. I don't know. Showing a decent strength here, I'd say. Weird we don't see it more often. And I do want to see the GoldenEye as well. $5,000 here for an 8.0 A. 9.0 A+, $12,600. 7.5 A back in July, $4,300. 8.0 A, $5,000 now. And here's Turok, which we have been saying in the weeklies. I think we said it a couple weeklies ago, where if you want to get yourself a Turok and you're not too picky, like, they kind of sell not bad at all. Like, that's pretty affordable to get a Turok there. And this is 8.5 A on Majora's Mask, selling almost as strong as a 9.0 A+ sold. Just back October 5th. Last week. Damn, Majora's Mask.
Fair warning.
N64 stuff did really good this week, actually. Yeah, my open GoldenEye is sitting around 9.4 as well, JK. That's where I am. I'm just gonna grade my opened one. I don't need to get a sealed GoldenEye at this point. You never played Majora's Mask, was not a cool gamer? Unicorn, you probably should try it out eventually. Majora's is definitely worth trying out. And I'm pretty sure this has to sell somewhere around $1,000. Like 800 to 1,000 is where we've been seeing these fall in the past. And it looks like 1,100 there, or a little bit less, 1,080. 9.6 A+ for 1,080. 9.4 A+ for 1,080. Strong sale! Zelda Collector's Edition, looking good. Looking good. WATA does not grade Famicom, right? But VGA does or not because they're not sealed. VGA will grade Famicom. I don't believe WATA does yet, no. Let's go take a peek at Twilight Princess, 9.6A, $1,100. So the 9.4 A pluses are what it's comping to. So 9.6A versus 9.4 A plus. Let me know what you would rather have. You can pay the same price for either or, so what would you take? And Wind Waker here, I think sold pretty strong. Was this made in Japan by chance? Made in USA, nothing special.
Fair warning.
Whoops. 1,440 though. Oh, never mind. We just saw it September 28th, 1680. Sells for more than a lot of the other Zelda games, I guess. Which, no, that makes sense. It should outsell Collector's Edition for sure. That makes sense. But shitty sale on Wind Waker. Market's falling. I take back everything. $780 for the Mario Galaxy, falling out of $1,000, which I think is where we were seeing these fall. 9.6A plus 1,300, 9.6A 1,000, 9.4A plus back in August, 780. 9.4A plus, right? Yeah, 780. Okay, so never mind. I guess we're as strong as it was selling back in August. Galaxy 2. 9.4A plus. Was this a normal version as well? This feels kind of soft on Galaxy 2, no? 9.6A plus 690. Are these selling stronger on eBay? Am I crazy? That $400 doesn't sound bad, or is this just too low of a grade on Galaxy? Oh shit, the big one! Breath of the Wild 9.8A plus plus misprint first print version. Almost missed it! So this is the version that has 7 controllers on the back versus having the correction. And there we go. $2,640 on it. So my personal estimate on it was $1,800, sold for $2,640. More than I thought, but not a crazy amount on it. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Clinton? That was yours, I believe. I would be happy with $2,640 personally. I do fear market saturation and market flood on this title. That's just me though. But you can see that compared to the 9.6, which was the same version, $840. Really cool to see, actually. So we had the 9.6 sell right beside the 9.8, and you can see that the 9.8 pulled about 3 times as much as the 9.6 did. And if you don't know about the 7-controller variant on the back here, I'll just show you guys. Right here, it lists 7 different controllers that you can use on Breath of the Wild. This was later updated to only show the 2 controllers, I believe these 2, because it's not compatible with all this other shit. So, kind of cool, kind of makes it harder to find, but not exactly rare still. It's still a Wii U game, it's still pretty modern, so a lot of speculation did enter into this title. It might be too early to sell it, but might be a good exit time. Don't know. It's a game where I will be watching it closely as time passes, as will many other people. If offered a sealed Road Rash GBA or $400, what would I take? I'm choosing 400 every time. Yeah, me too, Super Junk Collector. Me too. That's how I feel as well. Not the time for Breath of the Wild, in your opinion. Wii U hasn't really spiked yet like Dreamcast. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Clinton, you're happy about the sale? Glad to hear, man. Really glad to hear. And this NHL 96. I do recognize it because we have Stevens on the cover here, and Iserman. We talked about it a few auctions ago, where one of these did explode, and another chat member said you can still get new old stock of this game, like factory sealed cases and stuff, so, you know, sometimes you see a real lack of education on the heritage buyers, and sometimes you can get a good deal. It really does just depend on the game and the grade. Yeah, I think people are gonna get taken for a bath, paying $3,800 for that one. Sparkster, 9.4 C+.
Next lot.
Fuck, I genuinely, oh my god. I almost hit the bid button there. Like, I get that this is a C+ seal on Sparkster, but $384?
$480.
That's still a factory sealed Sparkster for Genesis. Oh my god. Oh. I was so close to hitting bid. I should have hit bid. I feel like a complete in-box Sparkster is like $150 to $200, is it not? Crazy. Arcade's Revenge here was a 9.4B, $552. Aside from Instagram or Facebook, are there any decent websites that discuss game collecting? Screaming Potato, I think you're already part of the Discord. If you're not, the Discord link is in the description. Definitely join in. It's great fun and there's great chill conversation in there about this hobby. Or Video Game Sage forums is also another good place where you can get some good conversation about everything taking place. Hype, I was so sad I missed your stream last week, Greg. Was looking for advice. How much value do you think a VGA casing adds to the game's general price rise? Mainly looking at cheap games. Cow in a pie, that is so hard to say. At minimum, it's gonna add generally the cost for grading, right? But in a lot of cases, as we see on Heritage, you don't even get the cost of grading back if you grade a shitty game or it gets a shitty grade. So I don't want to say that there's some kind of blanket formula that you can apply to how much added value there will be to a VGA graded game. It's just so game and grade dependent, Counterpie. Generally, like, you're hoping for at least a 2x multiplier on the price of the game. At bare minimum, really? But yeah, it's hard. You'd have to ask about a specific title. I can barely say the word specific. Entering into PS1 block, though, we do have the Final Fantasy VII coming up, as well as Parasite Eve, as well as Spyro. Like, really pretty good PlayStation games overall. Transformers Beast Wars 7.5A. Beast Wars is unreal. I grew up watching Beast Wars. I don't know if you guys did, but like, that is the Transformers that I know, which is kind of funny. Contra Legacy of War 9.4A plus 492, and here's Crash Bandicoot 2 9.6A plus. Already past $2,000 on this one. We will check comps on this one. 9.6A sold for $3,300. 9.6A plus sold for a lot less. That was back in the signature auction too. Okay, so that's why. Never mind. That point of emphasis was not deserved. The point this sold. Oh, lenticular, not lenticular. Lenticular? I've never said the word out loud. I've only ever said it in my head. Lenticular. Probably butchering that word. But first print copy versus not first print. So, never mind me. They are different variants. So $2,400 for this one. Crystal Chronicles 9.8A plus with the UPC punch. Which, I mean, if you don't care about the UPC punch, getting a near perfect copy for $1,000. And here's the first Final Fantasy VII that we've had on Heritage since the $144,000 sale. I mean, this is a 9.4 B plus. Like a B plus seal is pretty, you know, not great. So $5,200 for this one. When are we going to see rare N64 games? ISS 2000, Snowboard Kid, Sega Punisher, Rystar. Where are the good games? Yeah, Ryan Barton, that's the thing about rare games though, I guess, right? You don't see rare games because they're actually rare. It's kind of a, they're kind of a self-fulfilling in their name there, right? Here is the Parasite Eve 9.8A plus. I will check comps on a few of these here going. Parasite Eve sold for $4,500, and here's the Spyro, which this might surprise some of you guys. Spyro is like top-notch PS1 game. Check out Spyro. 9.4A, $8,700. 9.6A plus, $31,000. Oh my lord. Sweepstakes ad. Does this have sweepstakes? Sweepstakes on back. Okay, it does. It does. We just don't see Spyro enough. So 9.4A, $8,700. If you want to go up in condition, you're gonna be in the 5-figure range, multiple 5 figures. So like, shit, Spyro. Shit. Crazy. Crazy on Spyro. How many bidders on Spyro keeping the price that high? I mean, Jonathan, we have so many high ones on Spyro now that I just don't know if... We need to see Spyro come to market more in general in order for the price to kind of go down on it. You know what I mean? At this point, it's basically holding itself as a rare game. We've only seen like 4 or 5 sales in the past... How long was that? Since November 22nd. So since past year, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 come to Heritage. And we've seen 1 sweepstakes copy. This one's a drill hole. Only one that is confirmed as being a sweepstakes copy, as well as this one. So, I mean, the price can't go down if they never sell. That's the issue. Or the, not the issue, but you know what I mean. What is a Spyro sweepstakes copy? Oh, you can't just ask about the variants once I've already left. I believe it's on the back of the game. It mentions the sweepstakes. Just take a peek here. Sweepstakes inside, right here. That's what it's referring to. So I believe later copies of the game had the sweepstakes removed when the sweepstakes did end. Which makes sense. But yeah, that's what sweepstakes refers to on Spyro. I was excited about this Gran Turismo 4 for a second until I saw it was a B plus seal. But even so, with a B plus seal, this seems to be selling pretty good. This sale insinuates that like a good one, a nice GT4 would explode. GT4 9.8 B plus back July, 660, 600. Never mind. So it sold less than what it sold for back in July. This has to be the same copy. No shot this isn't the same Gran Turismo. 577926009. There you go. Same copy of Gran Turismo. This is just a stupid ass flip attempt. What? Like, what are people doing? Why is this the state of video games right now? You buy it for $660 back in July, and you sell it for $600 in October. Spyro price doesn't surprise me too much. Key game on the system, doesn't come up often, should be alongside Tomb Raider. Oh yeah, absolutely Super Junk. I agree with you. Like, that is a PS1, you know, most popular PS1 game. Gran Turismo 3, 9.4A. Was this also one? Oh no. No way, is this the same one too? Or do we not even get new fucking games to the auctions these days? 5, 7, 3, 160.012. Insane. Absolutely insane how many are coming up today. Heritage is literally just cycling itself at this point. But, this person did come out as a winner. Bought it back in March for $360, sold it for over twice as much. Great. Fantastic. Maybe this is always taking place, but I just don't check enough. I don't think other grading companies are looking at consoles at all in the future. Yeah, VGA might always hold the market on consoles. I do agree with that. Just because they do custom fabrication of all their cases and stuff, so, yeah, VGA might always control that market. Yeah, consoles are graded pretty hard, Cow and a Pie, especially more vintage ones. It's an issue of when you have more surface area, there's more chances for damage. So really big box consoles, like even a Switch console, has a lot of surface area where there's just a chance for it to get scuffed, scraped, dinged. So consoles are usually hard to find in that 85 plus 90 range. Klonoa 2 though is pretty cool to see. 9.8A plus. Klonoa? I've literally never said the word out loud. I've never heard anyone say it. Hopefully I'm saying it properly. If I'm butchering this one too, let me know. There's a lot of games like that where I make up a way of saying them in my head because no one ever talks to me about it in person. I'm sure you guys have that phenomenon as well. Klonoa 2 selling for $870. Have we seen Klonoa 2 before? Maybe not. This actually could be the first time they've offered it, but they're not going to show me down here. So, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, 9.4A. Amazing game if you guys have never played it. I'm pretty sure this one is 2-player as well, which is why it became so fun. Was the Two Towers 2-player? I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure only Return of the King was, which is why, like, I remember renting it multiple times. $234 for Return of the King. What else do we have here? Space Chimps, right. We need to see a 4-figure sale here on Space Chimps. So here's Space Chimps, which I mean, obviously high demand, PS2 game, very rare. This is a later print of the game here, featuring, what, Brash? Okay, that's all I can bullshit, you guys. I got nothing else to say about Space Chimp. I just don't even know why you, I don't know. I don't know why you grade it. I don't know why you send it to Heritage. Just sniped last two? What are the last two? The last two are Space Chimps and Splinter Cell as far as I'm concerned. Unless you're like Mission Impossible and Alpha Romeo. Do I have something against chimps? Oh, I mean, I don't have anything against chimps directly. Well, I mean, chimps aren't monkeys to be technical. Well, I mean, they're not the greatest. And here's the Xenosaga 3 sale if you guys cared about that one. $960. We'll check comps on this too. It is the most expensive game in the series by a lot, but it still isn't exactly rare. Like, there's a lot of Xenosaga 3 floating around out there. That brings us to the end of the auction, which we had Spyro the Dragon 9.4A sell for $8,700, which this is the sweepstakes version, which I did cover back in the video, so I'm not going to look at it again. But we've only seen like 2 or 3 of these come up to Heritage, so I mean, you would think Spyro the Dragon Black Label first print copies shouldn't be a rare game, right? It kind of goes against conventional knowledge, but until we see more hit the open market, it's really hard for the price on it to go down and for people to not be heavily speculating on it. So $8,700 for 9.4A. I don't even know how to really treat it. I don't personally look for Spyro the Dragon. It doesn't really mean much to me personally, so let me know if you think that's a good price or not. Street Fighter 2 got absolutely destroyed, selling for $7,800 versus a $17,000 sale earlier. $6,300 for Gold versus a $13,000 sale. Gold, you know, this isn't surprising at this point with Pokemon games. We know they're going to get crushed in these auctions, so that just is what it is. The Street Fighter 2, I did expect to sell for a bit more, I'll be honest. But the other one was in a signature versus this one not being in a signature, which sounds fucking stupid to say. Right, the signature auction shouldn't just inflate the prices of everything, but I mean, we see it over and over and over again. If you get in the signature auction, you're gonna sell strong. Probably, and like, especially compared to weeklies, you're gonna sell stronger than a weekly. Just how it is. Final Fantasy VII 9.4B+, again, we just haven't seen a ton of them come up to auction, so that's where now a mid copy kind of sits. 9.4B+, kind of a mid-grade, mid to high, I guess, but then this is the misprint masterpiece version. GoldenEye, again, we don't have a ton of mid copies come up, so $5,000 to get yourself an 8.0A. Parasite Eve, 9.8A plus. Doesn't look like we've seen it on WATA before, so $4,500 for a near perfect copy of that one. Really cool Squaresoft title. NHL 96, still selling strong as hell at $3,800. Gauntlet 9.6A plus plus, $2,600. Ghosts and Goblins was kind of surprising at $2,800. Coming down though, I'm not going to spend too much time on the recaps at the very end here because as we know, not many people watch them anyway, so let's just go down and take a look at what the big losers of the auctions were, which we did have this Pokemon group here of Rowlet and an option card, a trainer card for $31, which is just like, okay, cool, I guess. But as far as loser games go, and this is actually baffling. This is like never happens. An NES game is the big loser today. Bandai Golf Challenge Pebble Beach. $84 for a 6.0A, which, a little fun fact here, this is the only NES game to feature a pink seal of quality on it. There's your trivia for the night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the auction this week. Hopefully I'll see you next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, see you guys next week.